He looks like he's starting to get some thinking going on. She's glad to see you go. You're a pain in her butt. I know, that's beautiful smelling alfalfa, isn't it? Beautiful smelling alfalfa. Attention, thank you. Uh-oh. I gotta get this out of here. Hey. Come on in. Hi. There you are. I left, I got 2 sticks hanging up over there by Faith where her nose is. Just bring one of those. Orange. That's my boy. That's my boy. Put that in the middle. Thank you. Hey, nobody said move your feet. Nobody said go ahead and close that door if you would. You don't have to latch it. Just you don't have to. Out. Wait for the dog. There you go. You ready to play? No, I'm pretty busy. What's?
My daughter's in Pagosa Springs.
Ah. Uh-oh. Oh, I see what you want. Look at all that dirt coming off of you. Hey. Oh, you did it. That was better. That's a dominance game horses will play with you. They'll try to put their head up and above and over you. It's what they'll do with each other when they're trying to decide who's the toughest of the two when they're boxing. He let me win without arguing too much more. He's not as upset that he has to yield to pressure, give up high ground. I don't want to hug. I don't want to hug a gray pony. Who wants to hug a gray pony? Nobody. Nobody likes to hug gray ponies. His videos always get like triple the amount of views everybody else does. I think it's because he's gray. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's going to be an interesting transformation, though, when he does come around. Be hard to believe he was ever anything but sweet little baby. Psh, 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 psh. That was a good effort. Uh-oh. And he lost it. He lost it. Oh, no. As long as he's engaging mentally trying to figure out the puzzle, you know, he's not just rooting his head off and looking over there. As long as he's trying to figure out what it is I want, I'm going to be as soft and gentle as light as I possibly can. Just as it encourages him to try harder next time because it makes sense. Just the little things like that. Did he notice that I stopped, that I moved away? I even stomped my feet a little bit so he could hear. Gave him all kinds of chances, and then once he checked in, I was like, my energy went back down. That's all it is. Horses communicate through energy more than anything. So learning how to control your energy up, energy down is the hard. It's one of those things you can't even hardly conceptualize to verbalize what it means. But it's just almost like, you know, if your dog did something, you go, you can get that up in you, and then when he does something right, let it out. They can read all that, and that's mostly why people have problems with horses, because they don't realize when they're sitting on them, they're tense and tight, and they wonder why the horse acts the same way. Because if you're somebody who wants to be their leader, they need to try to harmonize with the herd leader for survival. And if you're tight and tense and worried, unsure yourself, doesn't make you give them too much confidence in your leadership. Always making a judgment call. Has he left me, or is he just curious about something and he's not going any further? And if he does leave me, that's good to know. Let's see how much it takes to get him back. So we're always practicing that transition from inattention to attention. How easy that can be, and how he understands without a doubt. If I don't, there's going to be more pressure going to come, and it's going to get more uncomfortable until all I got to do is pay attention. Eventually, that's the new neural pathway. Just pay attention. Everything gets easier. Now, once you're paying attention, you can kind of figure out putting energy over here, so you should get away from that and move over there. It all makes sense. Starts to. We've got a whole different attitude today. This could be time of day in that frame of mood where it's resting time. Not quite dinner time where he gets jazzed up about that. Play drive, he just wants to chew on it. So instead of getting mad at that, I'd exercise it. Dominate him, win on it. Just showing that he can still be a horse. We can play games that aren't quite horse games, but they're close. Simulate. Yes, that's what we'd like to hear. They can't do that if they're tight and tense, and so that's what I'm always aiming for. That and the yawning. You can see some of his deals. One day he just came in here and started yawning. Oh boy, nothing to be worried about here. Let me just go to relaxing.
Are you big on the licking and chewing
Yep.
as well?
That's all signs that they're in a thinking state of mind versus a static, anxious state of mind, where they're staring and they're stiff and nothing's moving, and flies could land on them and they don't feel them. They're away. They're gone. And you're just always tipping them back away out of that. Eventually they're going to go, oh, it feels better that I'm not. Oh, you help me feel better. Oh, you're a great friend to have around, because sometimes I just get stuck in. You can help me get to that. And then they start going, let me just stay with you. And you seem to, and that's where we still got to. People, oh, now that I got it, I don't have to worry about it. But with your horse, you're constant conversation. It's always a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Can you do this? Yep. Can you do that? Just as long as they know you're engaged, and it tells you if they're engaged, how they feel about answering questions, or they feel safer fending for themselves, or safer deferring to you. Safety and comforts are two main drivers of what they're looking for. And it's the same humans. It's the same hierarchy of needs in humans, but we don't think about our safety and comfort as much, because that's just baseline. We know where the bad guys are and where to stay away from, and we don't walk around worrying. They do. They may not show it, but it's on the edge of their tip of their tongue, worried about something makes a noise or a bush rattles. We're ready to fight for our lives. So our biggest job is to get them to think, as long as that leader isn't worried, there's no reason for me to worry. And if I do, man, it's just more work, more exercise, more running around, more uncomfortable stuff, rather than hanging out, being relaxed, getting a cookie. They'll start tending to, how do I stay in this type of situation versus whatever it is that causes me so much fear and anxiety. He's a horse that's less prone to being afraid. He goes, instead of flight, he's more ready to fight. And he probably had to learn that. I mean, his personality probably shaped a lot of that, but in his situation where he had been with humans, it was probably, that was his best option in his mind, because there was no fleeing. You couldn't get away. You're stuck inside confines all the time, just like we are here. But mostly this is so I don't have to ever pull on his face. If he needs to go away, he can't go far. We'll be back around in a minute.
That causes him to work more, correct?
Huh?
Moves away from you, that causes him to work more.
Yeah.
Then you'll put pressure on him until he responds to you.
Until he asks the question, what do I got to do to get you to quit pushing me around? All you got to do is ask that question. Say, hey, what did you want? What do I do with this stick? There it is. Let's play toy. Play toy. Uh-oh. Nice. He's a superstar. He is a superstar. in a way better mood today. Let's see how it feels about moving in a circle. Nice and light and responsive. That's a good sign. A little distraction. Let's see if we can. Yep, he said, okay, I'm over it. It's nice that he walked off, especially the way he acted the other day. He just wanted to run around, get it over with. Hey. Hey. There you go. Uh-oh. That's not a play toy. That is not a play toy. Just trying to get him to engage with me. He's not away from me, but he's not really connecting. I just want to make that a point of emphasis that there's no calm and relaxation until we connect and have a little moment, maybe play a little bit. Just got to be careful with that he doesn't take that as, oh, I'm going to dominate you.
Yeah, what's the fine line between the...
It's well, they can't, once they move their feet forward, you got to stop the game and reset their feet. As long as they realize we can play this game, as long as you don't come forward because you're too big and strong and could hurt me. I don't come forward, he doesn't come forward, we just play the game in the middle. Uh-oh. Oh, it's your hard side, isn't it? Oh, he did that so good. Especially race horses, but most horses are right-handed, which puts their ribs poked out a little bit on the right side and kind of concave a little bit on the inside, because in a pinch where they would, if they saw something straight in front of them, they would always go this way because this rib's already ready to become collapsed and this rib's already out, so they can bend themselves around and then escape. So they kind of walk around just a little bit tipped. So especially a racehorse, or most horses that don't get led by any other side but on the left side. So now they just curl around and they emphasize that rib being out even more. So getting them to get that rib back in shape where it can relax and come in on the other side before the right, and this can relax and bow out a little bit and make room for all that stuff. It's really hard for them, and you'll see them go, not want to go, and keep those ribs straight. And that's why getting them to step relaxed with that, say the right leg underneath the left, if we're going our hind quarter that way, his ribs have to relax a little bit, or you're going to see him, it's just going to look real stiff and clunky. But when he does it nice and soft and picks that foot up like it's supposed to be, it facilitates the ribs collapsing. And when that happens, it's almost like, I don't know what they call it. It's some kind of, like when your body does something. So they teach people that have anxiety, or kids that, when they get all upset, and they use your words and stretch your ribs and big breaths. Just something about the ribs moving and opening up shuts off the sympathetic part of your brain and opens up the parasympathetic, which causes everything, the anxiety part of your brain to shut down, the adrenaline shut down, and the thinking, come back. So if they can't bend their ribs and relax their ribs, they're staying in that sympathetic nervous system, and you may not even be able to tell through anything other than their ribs. They say horses can't lie. Everything comes out in their body somewhere. So all tails tell all tales. If you could put a measuring device on their tail, it would correlate when they were tight, and when they weren't, it would be the first indicator of how they were feeling. Hormones drive the emotions drive the thinking, and the thinking drives the physical. So we can't really get a hold of the hormones, but if we can direct the emotions to think about doing the right thing instead of react, you're going to have a lot better outcome. And that was nice and smooth. He had a real hard time when he was doing that. He'd keep traveling in the front end too. He couldn't stop because that rib was getting in the way. So he was trying to he was trying to do the hindquarter yield, but that rib was poked out over here, so when he went, it just kind of threw his front feet over too, until he finally realized if he could relax and really concentrate on parking the front feet and relax the other feet into it, he could do it, and then he would get to do this a lot sooner, rather than me going all the time, ticking at him. He'd finally go, "Oh, this is it? Oh, yes, this is it." And he can relax. Relax and have a play. Part of that chewing stuff is helps relaxation also. So that's why I let him play with something, get his jaw moving if it wasn't before. Boop, 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 boop. But this way I can exercise some of that play drive without it coming out. He can have that right here. He can grit his teeth and chew on this, or when I play with this, he can see if he can catch it. Or I can annoy him on the other side. Okay. Whew. That's Rudy Toot Toot. One more your good way. Oh, that was superb. That was superb. He wasn't even cheating off one side too bad. Especially if they've had trouble with that before, that was all I was asking for. I was originally thinking something else, but because he did that so nicely and so lightly, so little pressure I had to put on to get that, I'm going to really reward that, so he'll try that again. He'll try that again next time, not be so pushy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And trotting. Trotting. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Licking and chewing at the end, that was nice. Not going away too far, that was really good. Oh, that's clunky. You're clunky. Big old baby. Big old handsome baby. You want to try to get on? Let's see if you can go for a ride. First couple times I got on him, he was fine until we started heading outside. Then his old patterns started running in his head, and he started throwing a fit. Ready for the worst. I see you suckling your thumb. Suckling your tongue, that's another bad sign. That's a worrying sign. Thinks he's got something to worry about. Like chewing your nails or something like that. Started sucking on his tongue. Horses that crib, horses that weave, paw. He's got real bad food anxiety. He thinks somebody's going to try to take it. Thinks he has to fight to keep it, and try to hurry up and eat it. And just once they learn stuff, they don't need to know. You just have to really set up positive patterns to get that out of the system. You are such a good boy today. Where's this thing? It's already on you. It's already on you. Whole better attitude today. Yeah, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. I've seen it happen before. all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Shazam. Really, saddle needs tightened. Yeah. Need a couple steps. Come over here so I can get on easier. Nicely done. Good job. Every time we go to ask them to do something, first we suggest it, then we ask, then we tell them, and then we try to make them try. Once they understand the pattern, when that energy comes forward, and I try to draw them in, and they go, "Oh." It took them a while to find it, but that's the whole point. They think slow, move fast, and once it's a pattern, they'll just start. It'll be a lot quicker each and every time. Did you drop this cookie I gave you? Did you drop it? Hey, there you go. Good job. Couldn't get it past the bit. Ay, ay, ay. Why are you moving your feet? I'm trying to get on here. What a champ. What a champ. No, you don't want to be biting. We're not fighting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Neutralateral. We teach them basically three things on each side: neutralateral, hind-quarter yield, and fore-quarter yield. So they isolate and separate the front and the back, and isolate and separate the nose and neck. So once they understand all that stuff, those are all ingredients to every maneuver we'll ever make with them. Neutralateral, correctly done, is stop their feet, put his attention over here, not on that stuff. You can't help yourself. So I'll just hold this until he relaxes, stops his feet, gives me his nose and neck. All I need is a split second, and then I release. Pressure motivates, release teaches. I'm not putting any pressure on him, he is. He's putting all that pressure on the rope that's on it. There's not much on it, period, but just keep letting him fumble around until he finds the right answer. Not moving my hand at all. Sitting neutral in the saddle, just waiting for him to figure out what it is I want. There. And we do it again on the other side. We do it again and do it again until eventually you just start to reach down like that, and they're already bringing their nose. That maybe all you wanted was just tip them to go to the right, on the right trail fork, not the left. So you don't have to finish it all up. You just he's in the habit of go, oh, I feel that rein coming up my neck. Let me come over here, so maybe you'll not add any more pressure past that. Just give them at least 6 things that they know the answer to in any pinch. So when you need them to think, to get out of the reactive side of the brain, you need to activate the thinking side. You can ask for one of these things, and especially neutralateral. That's your safe. That's your safe stop, is what they like to call it. Your emergency stop, that you can bend them like this, and they don't panic, and they know just stop, and it'll all be over. If he wasn't chewing on my stuff. Whoops, that was wrong. Can you back up a step? Hold still. I'll get it. Just relax. Don't get all anxious. Nobody's gonna eat you. Started to worry a little bit, and then he got, oh, okay, you're right. We don't have anything. But that's really what we're doing, is we're going through that, oh, I need to worry. Worry if you want. It's not gonna help you. If you think about it, you're gonna be a lot better off. All the way. There it is. But everything could be right, but if his eye doesn't make contact, if he doesn't bring that eye around, he doesn't truly understand what the idea of this is. Nope. Over here. Over here. Looking everywhere but where I am. There. All you got to do is check in. I want to go out there. I'm a good boy. There he goes. Ah. Perfection. Ready for trotting? No, leave the rooster alone. We're going to go trotting. When I first tried to trot him this direction, he couldn't do it. He just wanted to flop around and go the other way. So I can trot that way, but he couldn't keep this arc in his body. Still has trouble with it. There you go. There you go. He said, I like it the other way. So much easier the other way. Hey. Ready? And a 1 and a 2. Good job. What a champ. What a champ. Almost. It sure was a good try. Don't be chewing on my foot. Hind quarter you. Hind quarter you. Ah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. 4 quarter you. Yes. I don't want to give him a direction before I have his attention. That's why I kept saying yoo-hoo as soon as he paid attention, and I can give him that direction. Otherwise, I'm just pulling on his face. Yeah, it's not going to do any good. Everything's a signal. It's no leverage, no force. Right thing's this way, the wrong thing would be pushing against that. Oh, not so low. That's almost bucking. Hey, hey, hey. 4 quarters. There you go. Oh. Hey, you're going to get stuck down there. There you go. Hind quarters. Nice. Trotting. Trotting. That's your hard way. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Ah, good job. Go ahead and open that door for me. Yeah, you think so too? Let's see if his anxiety goes up. Over here. No, we're not going straight out. No, 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 no. 4 quarter you. 4 quarter you. I'm going to tickle you. You've got to use your brain even when the door's open. Nope. See what happens? Your brain shuts off. That's no good. That's no good. There we go. It's working. It's working. So far, so good. This is where the hiccups have started. He gets out here and gets thinking he's a racehorse again. Wants to act like one.
You're just walking around.
Yeah. It's too dark to go outside. What happened? Who bought all this hay? Tina?
Alfalfa?
Yeah.
Cereal?
But who ordered all that hay? You got 6 bales?
No, I got 3. You got 3.
Whose 6 are these?
I guess those boys screwed up. I ain't calling them.
You can act like a champion, huh? You can act like a champion.
They'll probably figure it out. Oh, that looks cute.
It is. Got curled up feet, probably eating the wrong things.
You said there might be a booger man around there. Maybe you told me.
Ooh, riding in the dark. We could go out there. That'd be a little scary for you. Ugh. We're coming to the light. There's some light up here. We can't fit out that door. We can't fit out there. Yeah, if you just ride like this, you'd be perfect. Perfect pony. That was excellent for him.
Look, he's got an audience.
Yeah. So he gets like triple the amount of views on YouTube, I think, because he's gray.
Because he's gray.
Yeah, I think people just see a gray horse on the thumbnail and go, "Oh, I got to see this one."
I want you to
Come on, let's put you up. Whoopsie daisy. You're done. Yeah, you can relax. You can blow it out. Whoa, Nelly. You can do a neutralateral if you need to. However you need to do it. There you go. There you go. You all right? Superstar today. Superstar pony today. How about that? How about that? Figured out the game. Hey, you gotta hold still. Hey, it's not the old days. It's not the old days. Hold still. There you go. Huh? Yeah. Well, he's anticipating somebody ripping the bridle off his head. Bridles are always on too tight, and they just pull them right off his ears. So he's just anticipating all the bad things that everybody just ignores because they don't realize, they don't think like a horse, so they don't do things that would be beneficial to the horse in his eyes. Huh. So smart. So smart. Just the simple fact of stopping and give them a chance to think and feel the right answer, the right energy. Oh my goodness. Where were you going? Yeah, good answer. Good answer. If they can just figure out, if they just look at me, the pressure's going to stop, and I'm going to try to sound it out what I want them to do a little bit softer. Once they understand that part of the game, everything gets a lot easier. What a champ. He's standing there, no nonsense, acting like a real partner. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Good job. Good job. That's a hard trying pony right there. That is not in your nature to stand there and be a good boy. That's not how I was raised. It sure is easier to stand here and be a good boy. I don't have to do as many circles and hindquarter yields. I know, dinner will be ready pretty quick. In fact, I'm going to let you outside for a while because you like that better.
Is it alright if I say
Yeah,
hello?
yeah.
Okay. Hey. You can smell me, but I won't touch your face. You hungry?
Yeah. Yeah. Look how skinny I am.
What time do they normally eat?
About 8.
8.
Yeah, part of that's just because I don't having to do everything by myself, but it works out on the schedule I have. Like fed twice a day around noon, 11 or noon. Or I'd like to move that up earlier,
Yeah.
around 10-ish. 10 and 6 probably be better for them. Most people feed. Well, they'll either feed early, like before 6, before they train, or right after, and then 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But I don't do things like everybody else.